give Vanessa the rod and you then pick it up.
I don't mind, you can hand it to me. Whatever is the safer bet.
See, no, I'll start from scratch. If, for example, there, the line's screaming off, show me how to pull it out of the... What you've got to do, think of physics. You have to lift it up first and then pull out. Otherwise you're pulling against the leverage. So try again. Right now.
You rather want him
Lift up
your
and
footing
out.
to give you the
That's it. Now, that done. When you get the rod, make sure you slide along the bottom of that. If you, especially on that one. On this one's not important. On that one, you can actually go in behind it. If you go in behind it, go straight through, makes it very difficult. You've got to make sure you slide it and make sure it's locked in. There, that's locked in now. Alright. Now, pretend I'm a fish and wind in. Not bad, but what you want to go is just a little bit higher, go to 45 degrees. Before you start dropping, start winding. You want to keep that bend on the rod all that time. So try and keep the bend on it.
awesome briefing. Very good.
If you haven't got your kidney belt on,
Yeah.
and the fish hits, still grab the rod,
Yeah.
and we'll put the kidney belt on as soon as we can.
What's the kidney belt?
Now, the other thing is,
Oh,
what's
those
that?
one.
whoever doesn't have a fish, your job will be to wind the other lures in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When you're winding the other lures in, the other important thing is you've still got to make sure that you spread that line,
Spread
otherwise
that
it's
line.
not going to fit on. Is number one. Number two, if you're getting it off the riggers, it'll be connected with an elastic band.
Yep.
Disconnect the elastic band and you can wind it through.
Okay.
Can you see that, Ivan? I can't quite see it from here. Is that okay? It's on. Now when I put the, have you done riggers before?
Yep. But they had a clip. You know, the tension or pressure clip?
I put about 14 lines in tight.
Yeah.
And the loop through the loop.
Into the sag. Boom.
How do you disconnect it? You wind it in until the rigger
Wind it just short.
and then you take the rubber band.
And a marlin will pop it.
If you get a fish on it, it'll pop it.
And you're fishing mostly those parkulas, eh?
Yeah, we do only parkulas. There's a whole heap of big traps out wider than where we are now, out around about 200 fathoms for the crab, which was great because we fish around those. Funny enough, there weren't many mahi-mahi around them, but because of the smaller fish are there, we used to get marlin near them.
Hang it up with that one.
January or February there'd be marlin there.
Marlin here.
Yeah.
I can come here with my rod.
Just between the heads.
Okay. So what's the best time to come and fish in Sydney for marlin?
Anywhere between January and probably April.
And then yellowfin?
Yellowfin, but you can get yellowfin any time of year. But the best time is probably starting about now, or April till October. maybe
Wow.
November. Having said that, I've caught the biggest fish in February and March.
What's the biggest fish here?
82, 83 kilos.
That's a big one. Well guys, I'm gonna link the details of Captain Ivan.
My biggest is 75, which I caught